let me say good morning, good afternoon, and thank you for coming to this press screening put together by the MD of Blue Pictures, the distributor of ROTI. ROTI will be officially released in cinemas across Nigeria from 30th of June. Yeah. So if we have questions, we'll take that.
What inspired ROTI?
Well, you can see that the subject matter, reincarnation, is something that at least most of us growing up, you would have heard someone somewhere say, oh, somebody died and we saw someone who looks like the person. And a lot of times our parents are always saying, I'm not sure it's a Yoruba thing, I think it's an African thing. People are always saying people are created in twos. And for me, I remember after my father passed, someone has walked up to me before and said, last night I saw your dad in front of that, my father that passed many years ago. And if you Google reincarnation, you know, it's this story about this person died, he starts another life somewhere. There's actually a story I wanted to do that I've been working on for like 7 years. It's titled Dead Alive. And Dead Alive, it's a story of two worlds as well. But it's more, complex than this. So I said, okay, let me even touch that area and see how people, because it's something that disturbs me. I want to possibly understand how true it is. And honestly, to my surprise, we had a premiere of this film like 2 weeks ago. And after we finished, more than 3 people came to me to say, at least one person came and said, do you know that's my story? And I said, how? He said, you see, this is my son. I had him before. And, he passed. And, when I was going to have this one, I had him the same date that I had that one. So then I was a bit calm, that I'm not totally crazy. I'm not the only crazy one in this world. So it's a story I just want to do for people to watch. Think about it, take their own beat and discuss it. It's not a film that is all about entertainment. It's a film that will raise curiosity, discussions, and really that is the motive.
So it's a personal experience, what you say?
Well, I'm not dead yet, and I did not relocate to another place, and I don't know any personal person, human being who's experienced that, but it is there, it is written, there are, materials, that states some of these things, and I think there are people who also have, in fact, Mama G, I remember when we were shooting on Mungbo, she asked what it is about, and she said, do you know that, a few days ago in their hometown, she said there's a woman like that who's been living with this husband for many years, and she's always asking to go to the husband's family, and the husband is always refusing. And in the end, she forced the man, and the man took her there, and on getting there, the man didn't follow her in, and they said the man passed many years ago. And the woman went back home, and the man was gone, and was just, this is this age and time. And Mama G, you can even call her and ask her. She told me this story, So I feel, some of these things, some of us believe they are myth, but I think some of them really do exist. So maybe if films like this will raise discussion, then maybe people will dig more and do more findings. And a lot of people will come out more and who have experience or who have experienced such will come out and relate their own stories.
Now, I was having this discussion with somebody this morning that it seems that it's only comedy. And we need serious topics to be discussed in movies.
You know me, I'm never afraid now. And film, the film Green, White, Green. And would that film make 100,000 in cinema? No. But the filmmaker made the film because he wants to tell that story. All right, every filmmaker make films for reasons. Yeah. Some films are made for commercial reasons, and some films are made to document things. Some films are made to analyze and educate people. And this is one film that is made not solely to entertain, but like I said, to talk about a myth and also raise discussion, about it. I've seen a lot of films in Hollywood where they talk about ghosts, but there are quite a number. I think Morgan Freeman has done more than one or two of such films where they will just appear and disappear and wear white. So are they saying that the ghost thing really exists? And we do it in our Yoruba film as well. One ghost will just appear and it will disappear, and it will come and revenge his death or the death of his father. There is commercial element to this, but very minimal. It's a deep story, it's a silent story, and I believe it's going to do well. But honestly, it is not made solely for commercial purpose. Of course, we would like to recoup our money and all of that, but it's primarily made to educate and inform people and also raise discussion.
Okay, do you have, I'm beginning to have issues with Nigerian audience. When we go to see Hollywood movies, we don't care whether they are comical or not. We pay a lot of money to see them. And movies that are not comical, Nollywood movies that are not comical, people are a bit skeptical about them, or they don't amass commercial success like the other ones that are comical. What do you think is wrong with that market approach? Is it a filmmaker thing, is it a marketing thing, or is it the audience are doing?
That one is a PhD question. It needs a lot of analysis. But I'll just touch a few areas. See, the commercial success of a film is not solely tied to the genre of the film or how fantastic or amazing the film is. Sometimes it's about the positioning, of the film. And the positioning of the film is not solely in the hand of the filmmaker. It's a filmmaker, distributor, and exhibitor's thing. If your film is amazing, if it's really good, and you get 7 slots in the cinema, and the slots are 9 a.m., 11 a.m., 1 p.m., 2 p.m., 3 p.m., and all of that, maybe one premium show, there's no way you're going to make money. All right? But if your film is not so great, and you have 4 slots, and you have 4 p.m., 6 p.m., 7 something, and 8 p.m., your film is going to make a lot of money. Okay? So that is the angle to, exhibitor and timing of film. Also, publicity, for film. There are different types of publicity. A lot of people sit on social media now. Yeah, the social media, does a great impact, in pushing films, but you don't, restrict your push to just that. A lot of people talk on social media, but they don't patronize. They won't go to cinema. Majority, at least 50 people of all of those people who would click like. If you go and ask them, they will say, oh, my work didn't allow me, I'll wait. And your film does not have 2 months in the cinema. Your film have probably 3. In fact, if your film is given 1 week and it doesn't do well, they will remove it after the 1 week. So we need to, the success of a film also still lies in the hand of every party is involved to push the film as much as possible. Trust. The Nigerian audience, I also found out that 50% of the people who go to the cinemas are not there to see a particular film. When they get there, they check that schedule, what film is showing now. They just want to see a film that is showing now. And a lot of them don't believe in Nigerian films still. So when you say, even with me standing there, the person will say, why are you not watching on Mugo? You say, I don't watch Nigerian films. They will tell you point blank, especially if you go to that across the water area. They will tell you straight they don't watch Nigeria. But if you convince them, it's getting better now, because at least we are beginning to have more quality films, the wedding parties, the glamour, the AY thing. For some people, they just when they see all of those faces they really like, they just want to experience. And also because word of mouth. If your film is good first week, second week, word of mouth will help the film, to at least to remain in cinema for some time. Content is just one, but a good content does not guarantee good returns in box office until all of these other elements, getting the exhibitors to your side, getting the distributor to help convince the exhibitor to give the film the right slot, and you on your own pushing the film, with every available medium that you have. I shouldn't be throughout Easter, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. I was in a Silverbird Ikeja selling tickets, shouting. So if I believe my film was so good and there was no need for me to do all of those, I'll sit down now. But when I saw the box office return of that weekend that I was there shouting, there was huge gap between that and when I wasn't there and when I wasn't doing one-on-one push. So what works in Nigeria is not the same thing that works in Hollywood. So if you understand your terrain and your market, then give it what it deserves.
All right. My name is the child actor in ROTI is actually your biological son.
Yeah.
Is this the beginning of the launch of an acting career for him, or is just a one?
Okay. Honestly, originally, I didn't intend to use my son for this role or in this film. When we auditioned, we requested to have child actors come and audition, and we auditioned a few, but all the children that I saw, I wasn't really pleased. Also, if you look at the role he played dual role, and this role will require that we change his looks. It will require that we take him, and his school session, it will require that you take him out of school at some point. It will require that, all of these things. And I go home, I looked at him and I said, look, come and do this thing. I put him to test, and he did it so well, and I'm like, can you act? And he said, yes, he can act. And, I tried it again. I took him to the office and I brought in my team. And I said, look, I think we should try this guy. And we asked him to audition. And he did it. And everybody said, look, this guy will give us what we want. And also because of the flexibility of the time. And you agree with me that he did justice to it. Yes. So if he's going to take it further, that's his call. But for me, I'll encourage any of my children who, shows interest. If I see the genuinity and if I always, advise them. If I feel he can't do it, I'll advise. But I know that this particular one, this boy, has the talent, to be a great actor.
Most of your movies that we've seen, there always be new actors like Omo Widada. Why do you always select new cast and not others?
Because they are the future. Actors don't have retirement, but it's very important. We have so many universities in Nigeria, and every year people graduate studying dramatic art, performing art, theater art, and all of that. And not every one of them will end up on stage or in radio booths. Some of them will have to act, and which is why we always throw open our audition, and we test new hands, we merge them with the old ones. So it's just to create open platform for everyone.
In the movie, we saw something about reincarnation, someone dying and coming back. Is this something you personally believe in, or just, let me say, fiction?
No, it's something that I've read about. It's something that I've heard people talk about. It's something that people who claim they've experienced it, I've mentioned, and I think it's something that should be discussed. It's not, everything shouldn't be let's go and drink Hennessy and all of that. I like to tell some stories that people can watch and reflect on it and ask questions. And this film is going to raise a lot of questions, and that is it for me.
My name is Joy Odiete. I'm the MD of Blue Pictures Film Distribution, distributors of ROTI movie. My expectation as a distributor for this movie is to get a lot of moviegoers to come see the film, experience the act, experience the cinematography in the film, the way the story was told in terms of intelligence. Mr. Kunle Afolayan is a very intelligent filmmaker, and the way he told the story of ROTI, mirroring reincarnation as a topic, is excellent.
Toby Ogunlowo, Head of Logistics Department, Blue Pictures Film Distribution. For people to see, to know about the story, how it all began, tradition, culture, very, very important. And that's one of the things that we miss in our Nollywood movies. And thanks goodness for bringing this type of movie to limelight, to really inspire people to know more about the culture. And when it comes to distribution of movies, Blue Pictures as a company, we select our movies in the sense that we look forward to the content of the movie. It's not really about the fact that it's a movie produced by Kunle Afolayan, but the content of the movie. If you have a good storyline, if you have good production quality, picture quality, it really go a long way, because we have our own quality to also protect. We also have our own brand to protect. So that is the reason we select our movies.
It's lovely. I trust Kunle Afolayan to always deliver, and what he has just done is to try to capture the popular belief in African culture about reincarnation. When someone dies, in part of Africa, it is believed that the person reincarnates and goes to live somewhere else, and this is what the man has tried to do with this new movie. And I know the cast, is not even that much, just Kunle and Ketenshaw, and they did absolutely fabulous in the movie. Yeah, it's a nice movie. It's a movie for mature audience. It's a movie that when you watch it, you have a soul reflection. A movie that makes you reflect and look inward. That's what ROTI is all about. You're welcome.
I would encourage a lot of moviegoers to stop by at the box office on the 30th of June to see the movie ROTI.
Hello Nigerians, hello moviegoers. I want you to see this wonderful movie, a fantastic movie, ROTI, coming up June 30th. Just go to the cinemas, grab your popcorn, grab your drinks, and watch it. It's going to be fun, and you're going to learn a whole lot of things about culture. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Kunle Afolayan. I'm an actor and a filmmaker, and keep watching Broadway TV. Action.